When you think of a car that truly changed the world, what comes to mind? It might not be the fastest or the flashiest. Instead, it's a car that was simple, reliable, and affordable for everyone. I'm talking about a car that put entire nations on wheels. This is the story of the most driven car ever made, a true icon of automotive history that captured the hearts of millions. It's a tale of resilience, clever design, and a connection with people that most modern cars can only dream of. It's a car that became a friend to families, a workhorse for businesses, and a symbol of freedom for a new generation. The star of our journey today is, of course, the Volkswagen Beetle. What a machine! You can spot its unique rounded shape from a mile away. No other car looks quite like it. Its journey began in Germany in the 1930s with a simple but powerful idea: to create a people's car, or Volkswagen in German. The goal was to build a vehicle that ordinary families could afford to buy and run. It needed to be tough enough to handle rough roads and simple enough for anyone to maintain. This humble beginning set the stage for a global phenomenon that nobody could have predicted. The Beetle's design was pure genius in its simplicity. Ferdinand Porsche, the brilliant engineer behind it, focused on what truly mattered. He placed the engine in the back, which was quite unusual at the time. This air-cooled engine didn't need water or a radiator, so it wouldn't freeze in cold winters or overheat in hot summers. This made it incredibly dependable in any climate, from the snowy Alps to the scorching deserts of Africa. The rear-engine, rear-wheel drive layout also gave it excellent traction, especially on slippery or uneven surfaces, which was a huge advantage on the poor roads of the post-war era. This car wasn't just about clever engineering, it was about accessibility. Before the Beetle, cars were mostly a luxury for the wealthy. The Beetle completely changed that. It was built to be mass-produced efficiently, keeping the price low. Its parts were interchangeable over many years, making repairs cheap and easy. Suddenly, the dream of owning a car was within reach for teachers, farmers, and factory workers. The Beetle didn't just transport people from one place to another. It transported entire societies into a new age of mobility and opportunity. It was, in every sense, the people's car. After the Second World War, the Volkswagen Beetle began its quiet conquest of the globe. Its success wasn't built on aggressive marketing or flashy features. Instead, it spread through word of mouth, powered by its reputation for being unbelievably reliable. People told their friends and neighbors about this strange-looking but tough little car that just kept going. It was a vehicle you could count on, day in and day out. In a world rebuilding itself, this promise of dependability was more valuable than speed or style. The Beetle delivered on that promise, earning trust one driver at a time. The car's simple mechanics were a massive part of its global appeal. In many developing countries, specialist garages and spare parts were hard to find. The Beetle, however, could practically be fixed with a basic toolkit. Its air-cooled engine had fewer parts to go wrong, and its straightforward construction meant that local mechanics or even the owners themselves could handle most repairs. This self-sufficiency made it the perfect vehicle for remote areas in Australia, South America, and Africa. It wasn't just a car, it was a lifeline that didn't depend on a complex support network. In the United States, the Beetle became a symbol of counterculture during the 1960s. While American car companies were building massive gas-guzzling land yachts, the small efficient Beetle offered a smart alternative. It was the anti-status symbol, a choice for people who valued practicality and individuality over sheer size and power. An iconic advertising campaign with slogans like "Think Small and Lemon" celebrated its honesty and humility, turning its perceived weaknesses into strengths. This clever marketing helped the Beetle win over a generation that was questioning mainstream values. The Beetle's global popularity can also be seen in the many nicknames it earned around the world. In Germany, it was the Käfer, the Beetle. In Mexico, it was affectionately called the Vocho. In Brazil, it was the Fusca. And in France, the Coccinelle, or Ladybug. Each name showed how the car had become a beloved part of the local culture. It wasn't just an imported vehicle, it was adopted and embraced as one of their own. This ability to fit in anywhere, from a German autobahn to a bumpy Brazilian farm track, is what made the Beetle a truly global car. The Volkswagen Beetle was never just a tool for transportation. It became a canvas for personal expression. Its simple, friendly design invited owners to make it their own. People painted them in bright psychedelic colors during the summer of love. They were converted into dune buggies for beach adventures in California, creating a whole new type of recreational vehicle. Some were transformed into Herbie, the lovable racing car with a mind of its own from the famous Disney films. No other car has been modified, customized and celebrated in so many creative ways. This adaptability allowed it to be a part of many different subcultures. The Beetles' role in daily life was profound. For countless families, it was the car they learned to drive in, the car that took them on their first holiday, and the car that carried them to school and work. Its distinctive thumping engine sound is a nostalgic memory for millions. Its small size made it perfect for navigating narrow city streets and finding a parking spot where bigger cars couldn't fit. The front boot, or frunk, was often filled with groceries, while the small space behind the rear seat was perfect for school bags or a guitar. It was a practical partner for the adventures of everyday life. In Mexico, the Beetles' story is particularly special. For decades, the green and white Vulcho was the official taxi of Mexico City. These tough little cars buzzed through the city's chaotic traffic, becoming an inseparable part of the urban landscape. They were known for their ability to handle anything the city threw at them, from potholes to endless traffic jams. The Vulcho was more than a taxi. It was an economic engine for thousands of drivers and a reliable friend to millions of passengers. Its retirement from taxi service marked the end of an era for the city. Across the world, the Beetle became a symbol of optimism and resilience. After the war, it represented Germany's economic recovery and a move towards a peaceful, industrious future. In other countries, it represented a new kind of freedom, the freedom to travel, to explore, and to connect with others. It was a classless car, driven by students, professionals, and families alike. This universal appeal helped it cross cultural and social divides. The Beetle wasn't about showing off your wealth. It was about celebrating the joy of the journey, no matter how simple. Even though the last classic Beetle rolled off the production line in Mexico in 2003, its spirit is stronger than ever. The car has a timeless appeal that continues to capture the imagination of new generations. Classic car shows around the world are filled with beautifully restored Beetles, each one telling a unique story. Owners form passionate communities, sharing tips, organizing rallies, and celebrating the car they love. This enduring community is a testament to the deep emotional connection people have with this vehicle. It's more than a classic car, it's a cherished member of the family for many. The Beetles' legacy is also visible in modern car design. Its philosophy of simplicity, efficiency, and human-centered design has influenced countless other vehicles. The idea of creating an affordable, reliable car for the masses remains a powerful goal for automakers today. The Beetle proved that a car didn't need to be big or complicated to be successful. It showed that a focus on quality engineering and a genuine understanding of people's needs could create a product with lasting appeal. Its influence can be seen in the smart, compact cars that are popular in cities all over the world. The Beetle also holds a special place in popular culture that keeps its memory alive. From its starring role in the Herbie movies to its appearances in advertisements, art and music, the Beetle is instantly recognizable. It represents a sense of nostalgia for a simpler time, a feeling of fun, and a spirit of adventure. Even people who have never driven one can appreciate its iconic status. This cultural footprint ensures that the Beetle will never be forgotten. It remains a symbol of an era and a benchmark for automotive character. Ultimately, we still care about the Beetle because it was more than just metal, rubber, and glass. It was a car with a personality, a car with a soul. It represented the idea that great design is about making life better for ordinary people. Its journey from a humble concept to a global icon is one of the greatest stories in automotive history. The Volkswagen Beetle taught the world to think small, and in doing so, it left the biggest legacy of all. It's a true legend, and its happy humming engine will echo in our hearts forever.